You got this.
You can see my screen, right?
Not right now. No.
Oh, I didn't share it. Let me just share quickly.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today in chapter 4 we learned about objects, which are similar to arrays. So creating an object, we can store a lot of information by creating a JavaScript object. In this example over here in this object we use curly brackets instead of the block brackets because there is no arrays in this code, and we use a semicolon, we use a colon which replaces the equal sign that we use in arrays. And then we are moving on to key without quotes. So you can leave out quotes around the keys when we are creating an object. For example, the keys in this example is legs, names, and color. And then that is what we use when we are creating an object. In the hold on, I made a mistake. So let me just re-explain that.
Confused too, but I don't know by what.
Okay, so keys without objects. You can leave out the quotes around the keys when creating an object. In this example over here, keys, legs, name, and color, none of them have quotes because JavaScript understands these as strings. So they don't have quotes over here because JavaScript understands that these are strings. Do you
Okay.
understand now?
Yes, yes, that makes sense.
And then we are moving to using quotes when necessary. Okay, so over here we use quotes, right? And
Yeah.
if you need to use special characters like spaces in the keys, we have to use quotes. So over here we do have spaces because we wrote a full name out. Harmony Pholom, Pholom, Philomena,
Mhm. Yeah.
Snaggly Pens, Morgan. So because we have spaces there, we have to use our quotation marks.
Instead of like adding plus space, plus space, plus space or
Yeah,
something.
because there's spaces in between.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, yes, I understand.
Okay, and then moving on, we are going to we are going to adding values to objects over here. We can use curly brackets instead of the square brackets. We can add items to the objects just like how we added items to the array in the example given. Over here we have a cat that we want to create, right? So we're going to type in var cat equal to our curly brackets, and then we're going to, so we want to create a cat and we want our cat to have legs. So we're going to put the amount of legs we want our cat to have, and we have 3 over here. And then we're going to name our cat, and then we're going to give our cat a color, and it is going to generate the information about the cat that we created. Does it make sense?
Yes. But you started off with it empty, so you added in from okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. And then we are going to adding keys with dot notation. You can start with an empty object and add properties to it using dot notation. For example, over here, the empty object, in this example, we are creating an empty object called cat over here, and then adding properties like leg name, and color using the dot notation. So what the dot notation does, it makes our script neater and shorter to understand. So I'm sure you understand this example. Am I making sense?
Yes, it also looks much better. I see it.
Okay, and then in the next example, here the dog. Let me just see if it's this example. Properties is leg and is awesome. Okay, so in this example over here by dog, here the dog object has properties like name, legs, and is awesome. And since is brown is not defined, dog is brown will return is undefined. Do you understand? Because
Yeah.
dog is not brown, was not added in the code above. That's why it will come undefined because it wasn't defined in the code above. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we have combining arrays with objects. We can store objects inside an array, each representing a different item with its own properties. For example, here dinosaurs is an array containing three objects, each representing a different dinosaur with a name and period to the properties like this. So we're gonna start a variable called dinosaurs, and then we're going to give the name of each dinosaur, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, period, late, Creta,
Yes.
Creta,
Cretaceous.
Cretaceous. Am I saying it
Yeah.
right?
I think
Cretaceous.
so. Yeah.
Um. So here we created an array because we are using our block brackets over here. Do you see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope I'm making sense. And then over here, we want to find dinosaur zero. So in JavaScript, we don't start counting from one, we start counting from zero. So when we type dinosaur zero, it's going to give us information about the first dinosaur that we added here. Am I making sense? Punelo?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, you're making sense, and yeah, I could see that it's calling that first dinosaur.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Then,
pretty
okay, sorry. Then we are moving to exploring objects in a console, which is over here. When you type a command like friend1 in the Chrome console, it prints out the object at index 1 of the friend array. So, like over here, it called friend array, and the name of friend1 is Dave. Let me just see if it was not in this example over here. So we called out friend1, remember? So when we go to the information above, remember we start counting from 0 and then 1, so it gave us Dave's information here,
yeah.
over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why it's not highlighting over here. But anyways, you see it.
Yes, I do.
I hope I'm making sense so far.
You're making sense.
And then expanding arrays within an object. When we look at this example over here, figure 4.4. If a property is an array, you can click to expand the array as well. For example, when we look at, what example am I going to use? Mm, oh, here. This example over here
Mm-hmm.
reveals the elements of the arrays in the length of the array. So when we look at object, we are going to use friend1. So we're using friend1's information. So the object is Dave, his age is 5, and his lucky number is 3. So
Okay.
when we type in lucky numbers, we get 3. And then we type in the other people's lucky numbers, the other friends' lucky numbers, and then we want the length of the lucky numbers. Oh, am I
Yeah.
right?
No, I think it's there's
Let me
three lucky
just.
numbers for Dave.
Oh, you're right. There is 3 lucky numbers for Dave. So what I understand is that we type in how many lucky numbers Dave has,
Mhm.
and we want the length of it, which gives us
Okay.
3. Am I making sense?
Yes, yes, yes. You want to see how many lucky numbers he has.
Okay. And then
Oh, okay.
my last one is, let me just see. Okay, it's not the last one. Useful things to do with objects. We can keep track of owed money, money that people owe us.
Yeah.
So when we look at the example over here, we start with an empty object called owed money and then assign values to the key with our friend's name in the object. So over here in this example, we open our variable owed money and then we use our curly brackets and then we write down the people's names who owe us money for, like in this example, Chummy owed us money and he owed us $5. Anna owes us $7, and we are asking our console to tell us how much Chummy owes us, and here it generates the answer for us $5. And then here at the bottom it says owed money, Yenin or Yen. I'm just gonna call it Yenin, and she was not part of the variable, so that's why it will be undefined. Am I making sense so far?
Yeah, yeah. Sense.
And to update our value, when we look over here at this example, we can increase the value, for example, by adding plus equal to 3, the number owed, and it will give us 8. So we use Chummy. He initially owed us $5, but now we increased it by $3, which generated, now he owes us $8.
Jimmy borrowed more money.
Yes. And then lastly, we're storing information about movies. We can create objects to store movies where each key is a movie title and each value is another object containing details about the movie. And we can add new movies by copying the format above. So what we learned in class today is when we copy this and paste this on our console and press enter, we get undefined. And then we can also create our own movie by following the same format. Should I do it or
Or you can show us.
okay, I'll show you. It's gonna take a while
Or we can follow through whichever you're comfortable with.
because it is a long code though.
Yeah, it is.
Control C. Let me just get my console out.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're able to see still. Clear.
Oh yeah, I can see. I can see.
Okay, why is my. Let me just do the code quickly. Okay, let me just fix this real quick. I'm not sure if you can see my console.
It's visible. I promise you, it's visible. You zoomed in. I can see everything.
But why is it giving me that issue?
Hmm.
We just is it working? So let's see if it's still there. It's going to give us undefined, and then we are going to create our
I
own
just don't
movie.
see the console anymore. Sorry, Katie.
Excuse me.
We can't see the console anymore.
Uh, Let me move it over here. Can you see it now?
No, still not on the screen.
Okay, let me just share my console quickly. You
All
can see
right.
it now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna create a variable. Let me just try and remember how we did it again. And then we're going to type in our movie. So I'm going to do my do Need for Speed, the same movie I did.
Okay.
And then equal to, and then I'll curly brackets. And now semicolon at the end, and it should
I
give us
think
under.
that's a minus sign. Oh, it's equal to.
It's
Oh, okay.
equal.
Okay.
Let me try and make it big for you. I'm not sure if you can see better now.
Yeah, it's better. Thank
And
you.
then you're welcome. And then we type in Need for Speed. Okay. We type in our movie name again. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to add our release date because it has to know the release date.
That's the first cleaner.
Yep. So we're basically following the format it was given to us in the blueprint.
Just adding all these, yeah, pieces of information.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I learned in this course, you always have to make sure all the wording and the numbers in your quotation marks and stuff is all correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because I struggled with this earlier, so I hope I get it right now. Oh, you see? What did I do wrong? Oh, you see where I made a mistake? Over here, I didn't make the S a capital S.
Wow, such a small mistake. Uh,
Let me see if I can just type it down again. And then just change this S. Hopefully it will work, so I don't have to restart everything.
right.
Oh, it works. And then we have the actors. I almost made a mistake here again.
Oh, right, with the codes, no?
No, with the semicolon. Hope this is coming out right. Hopefully it works. Ugh.
But
But
also with
what's wrong?
Aaron Paul, you didn't close the quotation
Oh,
marks.
the.
Yeah.
Well, it's good I'm making mistakes here.
Right, you're learning and you're fixing it. That's pretty cool. Also, I'm getting nervous for my part now.
These quotation marks can make you look for days for your mistake. Okay, it still
Imagine.
works. You were saying?
Okay. I'm just saying, imagine. That's crazy. Hmm. The lost key again.
And then we are looking for format.
Oh, okay. DVD, Blu-ray, all of that.
Yep. And then we're gonna close our bracket and then the format is 3D. I'm just gonna put in 3D. Oh, I forgot my quotation marks again.
For the 3D.
Almost done. And then, okay, this is the last code. Thank God.
Okay. I'm sorry, but what does this last line mean?
Wait,
Like movies, Need for Speed equals Need for Speed.
it's what
Is it
my
just that?
keyboard remember from what I typed in earlier, so it's trying to guess what I
Yeah.
want to type in.
Oh no no. When you say movies, right, and you say in your square brackets Need for Speed, is that you adding Need for Speed to the original
That is
list
me
or
adding the name of the movie. So when I type
okay?
it out, from what I understand is when I type this out, remember this is a variable now. We
Yeah.
created Need for Speed a variable. So
Okay.
I wrote that in the quotation marks and in the brackets equal to Need for Speed. So for the last line, I'm looking for over here. Let me just highlight it for you. Over here, I want all the information about the movie. I wanted to print out all the information about the movie, the release date, the duration, the actors, and the format.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for taking time to explain.
No problem. And there it gives me the information here. So do you understand now?
Yes, yes. That was a very good explanation.
So I think that's it what we learned today. Or did I miss anything?
No, 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 no. You
So
did
that
great.
so that concludes my recording. I hope you understood everything.